to pass a car seat test, has to sit for 90 minutes in a car seat.
Have to do some studying there.
What? Oh, on car seats?
Him.
Studying? I don't get what you're saying.
He's got to take a car seat test.
Oh. Wah, wah.
Well, it's week 37, week 11 for his age, and he's finally back on feeds. He ate, what'd you say, 6 bottles?
Yeah, so he had his contrast studies done and all of those were normal, but yesterday was a long day because he was supposed to have his contrast study done before, but we had to wait an extra few days. And then when they did it, he had to have like at least 8 x-rays, and then they took him down to the room where they did the contrast study like 5 different times. But the definitive answer is everything is okay and normal. So they started him back on very little feeds, and he is just like sucking it down, almost like he thinks that if he doesn't eat it, he's not going to get any more.
Why not?
But they're going to try to get him worked up to feeds, but they're giving him bottles at every feed and he's eating all of it. So granted, it's much lower than what he should be eating.
Just got to get him pooping regular.
Yeah. And Josh tried to feed him today.
It didn't work out. Tried to change his diaper too. She ended up having to take over. I botched it.
He did okay. He just got Wyatt peed outside of the diaper as far as the little air hit, and anyways, so I finished it, but he did a good job and he didn't complain one bit. And then the only problem we were having with feeding was Wyatt will put his tongue to the roof of his mouth sometimes.
So I stick the nipple under his tongue.
So he couldn't suck. So as soon as I took over with that, he did fine. But
she's a little better at it than I am.
I'm also here to do it, and he's not done it at all. I mean, I felt awkward the first time I did it too, so, but...
And we've come to the point where we've got to decide whether he's going to get circumcised or not.
No, we don't need to decide yet. I was just wondering that yesterday.
Because...
we got in a little bit of a heated argument.
I've had the old tip nipped. I figure if he doesn't need it, why do it? Unless there's a medical issue he's going to have in the near future, like he needs to get it snipped, then I just say leave it alone.
I'm a little bit more open-minded about it. I can see both sides of that debate, and I really just want to talk to the doctor, and I could go either way. The problem is if he does develop problems later on, it's a much more traumatic and more complications arise if he gets it done later in life or even later in childhood. So that's my only concern. But
don't ask me how I know this, but I've got several buddies who still have the sleeve, and they do just fine. Don't mean he won't do just fine, but everything I've read and researched is you just got to keep it clean. Most of the problems they have is just poor hygiene, and then that develops into something. So I guess I just have to figure out how to wash it. I read something about you can't really roll it back till a certain age.
Yeah, when they're an infant, you're not supposed, and they said don't let doctors, when they go in as far as early in life, don't let them mess with it, because you're not supposed to pull the foreskin back until it does it on its own later on. They say by 10 years of age, I think, is when. So anyways, we're doing research and trying to decide. And I think the studies have shown that there's less and less people that are doing circumcision. So it's not like he would be, like in our generation, there was only like a handful of kids that you hear about them not being circumcised because the guys all are making fun of them in gym class, you know. But I think it's more common now. So anyways.
But it's supposed to feel better.
I'm not even thinking about that.
I am.
No. My view on it is purely medical. What's going to be best for him long-term medically. So I'm not... You're gross.
But I've read a lot, so I might have this number mixed up, but it seemed like I was reading that 30% of the world is circumcised. I could be dead wrong on that, so don't quote me on it.
I don't know. We're going to have all sorts of people commenting on this video now.
Well, you might as well comment. Let us know what you think anyways. Snip or not to snip?
I just want to talk to the doctor and get their opinion, and I want to do it when Josh is there so he can hear the reasonings and whatnot. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm pretty open-minded about it, but I also don't want to make the wrong decision for him. So.
Me neither.
But my husband's not open-minded about it, and he tends to be very set in his ways about certain topics, and he likes to manipulate and influence people to believe what he wants them to believe, and he will present studies only on his version and his side of things rather than looking at the whole picture. So he needs to be a little more open-minded about looking at the whole picture. We got into it yesterday, let's just say that.
Like STDs, there is a slight risk, a higher risk, slight, minute, of them contracting STDs. But that's what condoms are for. If I go out and bang out some chick that has AIDS, I can get AIDS just as easy as a guy that's still got the sleeve on. So, anyways.
Is that in your plans in the near future?
When they come out with a cure.
You're married.
What else happened?
I feel like a lot's happened, but it's just been a really exhausting and tiring week. I had a small baby shower on Saturday.
I had to go to it.
My mom and I thought that we felt like he should be included because we've been through so much. We just thought it would be fun for him to be included, to open gifts and whatnot. And he was not in the best of moods, but oh well. I was wrong that I thought that he would want to enjoy, and it wasn't bad. There were some people there that were purely there for Josh, and so that's also why we thought. But anyways, thank you to everyone that took time out of their busy schedule to come. It was a really nice. My mom and my sisters and my dad helped with decorations too. But it was absolutely...
And your husband and your brother-in-law.
Well, they helped decorate, put things up, but...
We're on the back burner.
No, I'm talking about making the stuff.
It's all right, Michael. I thank you for helping me.
I already wrote him a thank you card, and I thanked him for helping me.
All right.
But thank you guys, and thank you Josh and Michael for helping to put up decorations. And I did thank him, and I gave him a hug on Saturday and thanked him. And then Morgan and Logan, thank you for all of your hard work. And Mom, thank you so much for everything. And Amy helped, and Jenna helped. So thank you everyone for all of your help. It was definitely a community effort there. So it was really nice to see everyone, and I had family come down from Michigan. So thank you guys for coming and being able to celebrate with us. And
So how much longer does Wyatt have to be in the hospital?
He's the boss.
If we were to guess.
I don't know. It just depends on how he does. I mean, it could go really fast if he's eating that well. If he's
6 months?
No, if he's
4
eating.
months?
No.
3 months?
I'm trying to keep my cool.
Alright.
His due date's July 6th. I don't know if he'll be out of here by July 6th or not. However, they're really trying to get him up to full feeds. He's eating really good. I don't know what'll happen. And I mean, we thought that we were doing really good before, and then it went bad. So
Every time we do good, it goes bad.
So I don't know. All I can say is him taking a bottle now versus 2 weeks ago when we stopped feeds. 2 weeks ago, he would take 30 minutes to do 35 milliliters. And he drank 20 milliliters today in less than 2 minutes. And that is no joke. He's so much more efficient with his eating, and yeah, he's doing really well. So once we get the eating down, he's just on a very small amount of oxygen, but we can go home on oxygen, that's fine. But once we get the eating all taken care of, and he can't have any episodes of bradycardia, but he doesn't really have that anyways. And then he has to pass a car seat test, has to sit for 90 minutes in a car seat.
Have to do some studying there.
What? Oh, on car seats?
Him.
Studying. I don't get what you're saying.
He's got to take a car seat test.
Oh. Wah, wah. This will all kind of happen fast when it happens. A hearing test, we stay overnight with him and take care of him like we're on our own. And then the nurses are there just in case. So.
Also, he was 4 pounds, 15 ounces.
Last night.
And by the next episode, I'm hoping he's over 5 pounds.
I'm pretty sure he's over 5 pounds already.
Well,
but he doesn't get weighed until the evening. So, and all of the preemie clothes that we got, they fit well, and some of them are even big. Like, they run big. So some of the preemie stuff runs small and some of it runs big. But he looks so cute in his new outfits. And Josh held him today and fed him, and
somewhat fed him.
Yeah, we already talked about that, but yeah.
Alright, I'm hungry. We're going to go eat. So, like us, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.
You knew Daddy was recording, huh?